Does anyone want to chase down the ones that you're running away from? That are running away from you?
I think for the first time ever, Gewayne doesn't chase after the enemy.
Okay, great. So you stab in its jaw, right where its canines are jetting out. It's got real big canines, and you just pop a tooth right out of there.
Save that for my firstborn.
Oh, delightful. So you go in here. It's pretty much what you would expect. Lots of little bones from other animals and trophies from kills, stuff like that.
Bones, you say?
Bones,
I
indeed.
would like to take a necklace of bones, please.
It's human bones.
Even better.
It's like little pinky bones from a bunch of different hands. It's clearly got the hands from like
So weird.
5 or 10 people.
Yep. Esme's gonna put it on.
But
wait, Esme, look over here. Oh, you look so good. That looks awesome. That's badass.
You guys all come out of the tents. You see each other. You see Esme is wearing a necklace of human fingers.
Yeah.
Finger bones, at least.
That looks so cool.
It's so cool.
You got handfuls
so
of random little rings
human?
and necklaces and earrings and such.
I think so. They don't smell very good.
Oh, we can clean them.
I think we should.
Did you manifest another weapon? Because that's sick as little man. Hey!
We're gonna try something here.
Gewayne lets go, and it disappears.
Pick a weapon. I'm curious.
Scimitar.
Scimitar. Cool.
Like, it goes and, like, grabs at the air, and a scimitar appears in his hand. Ah!
Nunchucks.
Nope, nunchucks. Okay.
Drops it. Okay, waits a couple seconds. Okay. Pulls out. Ace, do nunchucks appear?
Yes, nunchucks do in fact appear.
Nunchucks appear.
You have no idea how to use them. Give me.
No, I'm just.
Give me an acrobatics check to use to not hit yourself in the face with the nunchucks. 14. You don't hit yourself, but you do whack your arm, your own arms a little bit. It doesn't actually damage you, but it hurts. You know, it stings.
Oh.
And you
Maybe
learn
not this one.
to be careful.
Awesome.
Gewayne just runs over to the giant hyena, jumps on its back, and is like, yeah!
Make an animal handling check. What'd you get?
Nat 20!
You got a nat 20 on your animal handling?
Yeah, dude.
Awesome. This is literally the third time that you've tried to direct this beast, this giant fey spirit of a giant hyena, and this time it finally knows what you want. After you've been like kind of tugging on its reins, trying to tell it what to do. In the past, it was just kind of walking awkwardly, like it wasn't used to being ridden. But now it's like it's kind of gotten used to your weight, and it starts just like gently trotting in the direction of the camp that you're sort of guiding it to. And then it picks up speed, and all of a sudden you're whizzing through the forest on the back of a giant hyena, and it's incredible.
Gewayne is laughing and crying at the same time as this happens. Just,
However, give me a dexterity saving throw.
It's 15.
So as you get to the camp, you're speeding through the forest. It's dodging around trees, moving so quickly and agilely like only these types of beasts can. And then you get to the camp, and it's running up to your tent, and you're like like rubbing its neck, trying to get it to slow down, and then it disappears. It fully dissipates as the spell's time runs out, and you are thrown with all the momentum that 100 feet per round would take you on. But luckily you hit the ground rolling, and you don't take any damage.
Did anyone see that?
Everyone else is like
Excellent
100 yards
entrance.
behind you.
No one.
Everyone else is way back there.
Did any of the Aarakocra in the camp see it?
Yeah, Aaron is standing there on his crutches like, wow. Did you?
Woo!
That's not one of the ones you were fighting, was it?
Yes, I tamed one and made it my own.
I guess it was magic. Okay, yeah, I didn't think so.
Esme made one and I rode it home.
Okay, that's pretty cool. Wow, you can make a hyena. That's pretty awesome. Yeah, I mean, because I talked to one of our elders here, and he's happy to like chat with you, maybe give you some pointers if you want.
That would be amazing.
Yeah, that'd be
really
cool.
great,
I
if
love
you don't
that.
mind. to introduce.
For sure. He comes out with a much older looking Aarakocra who is walking with a cane, actually. His wings are fine, but he looks like his knees just aren't what they used to be, maybe. His feathers are tinged with gray at the edges, and the top of his head is a little more scruffy. And he says, "Hello. My name is Taryn. Aaron here tells me that you might need some strategic assistance. I hear you are planning an assault on the Spire."
Oh yeah, we're gonna kill everybody.
I think
Indeed. How do you plan to do that, since you are, I assume you are aware that you are outnumbered and outgunned, or outsworded. Medieval
sure are.
outgunned.
I wouldn't say outsorted. Gawain pulls a long sword out of thin air.
Jesus
I got
Christ.
plenty of these just on hand, apparently. So let's go. It disappears.
Well, that's pretty cool, but it's one sword versus a dozen is still gonna beat your one
Oh
sword.
no, I've got more.
He starts like pulling daggers and like scimitars out of his pockets. Just
I have so many. Like literally, just look in the coat.
How many can you hold at one time?
Well, let's see.
he puts one in his mouth. He puts one in each hand. Clenches one between his butt cheeks. 4. Puts a couple in his armpits.
Roll with like 4 disadvantage.
That's impressive, young man.
I've been preparing for this day.
And prepare you shall. Here, please, if you would indulge me in a training exercise.
Please.
Good.
Yeah.
Perfect, perfect. Aaron,
Oh.
Aaron, and Aaron.
Actually, can we have the other Aaron?
Yeah, sure. Aaron?
that
No, not Aaron. Aaron. Okay,
That Aaron. Yes,
Yeah,
Aaron.
that Aaron.
Yes.
And he calls over like 10 Aarons. If you two could step into our fencing area for a moment, and they have just like an area of open dirt that has been sort of like lightly corralled off with just like sticks on the ground. And he says he directs all of the Aarons to get into that circle with you. He says, "All right, there's 3 of you. There's 10 of them. You're much more skilled than them, but there's 10 of them. Let's see how this goes. Ready? We're just gonna spar, non-lethal, okay? Do what you will, but don't kill anybody. Same with you guys. Same with you, Aarons." And all the Aarons nod. I want the 3 of you, Boneless, Poetry, and Asra.
Training montage.
Exactly, we're doing a training montage.
Yes.
To each do an insight check. So you guys are super powerful now, and you can take a lot of hits, and you fend them off for a long time. However, they very quickly take advantage of your weaknesses. Boneless, they get up close to you. Once there's 2 of them on you, you're f***ed. You can't sneak away, and you can't use your tactical advantages. Asra is taking the brunt of all of the hits, but as soon as there's 4 around him, he can't really protect you guys and cast his spells on you anymore. Poetry, you're throwing so many blows, but there's too many hit points spread across them that you just can't kill them all. Now it's your turn. Gewayne and Esme.
Okay, let's get him, Esme.
So again, it's 10 Aarakocra versus the 2 of you, and you guys have a lot of magic, so you're able to keep them at bay for a long time. Like, they can't even get to you for a while. Esme's summoning more like creatures to help. Esme turns into a bear, and you guys, like, you last for a long time, but eventually it's 2 Aarakocra versus the 2 of you, and you've used all your spell slots. And they, as soon as that happens, they just outmatch you. They are better at swordplay than you, and they get into your grill and overrun you. So, what do we think was the problem?
Well, all of the like non-magical fighters in one spot, and all of the magical fight. Well, no, because Asra. Maybe we don't take on 10 at one time.
Yeah.
That's a good idea. Let's try this a different way now. 5 on 5. When you do that, no problem. It's over in like 2 rounds. You guys very quickly disperse
So
the
don't
5
split the party.
Aarakocra. They outnumber you at least 3-1. Probably more, depending, and they have significant strategic advantages given that they have their home base, an abundance of weaponry, and their aerial mounts in addition to help them. What do you have?
I have these new magic. I think I could do like
No, not you. What do you have?
Gawain turns around.
Ooh.
Not you individually. What do you? And he points to all of you as a group. What do you have?
PotA. You're right. We gotta go get PotA.
I don't know what that is.
Well, we have
Friendship?
He puts his
Teamwork.
face in his hand.
Sneakiness.
We have this stealth. They don't know we're coming.
You have power as a unit. Any one of you can outmatch any one of them.
So don't split the party.
Sure, don't split the party, but also let everyone do what they're good at. Does that make sense? So if you take them on all against all, you're f***ed.
Yeah.
I don't mean to use coarse language, but y'all, to be honest, you seem a bit thick, so I want to make sure this point gets home. You are more skilled than them. If you take them on one by one, you will win. That is your best chance. The fewer you can take on at one time, the more likely you are to win.
So dolphin warfare. I like it.
I don't know what that means either.
Well, it's
Do you
where
think it would be-
a single dolphin sneaks in, takes out like one person, and you just slowly dwindle them down.
Oh, we call that hummingbird
From all sides.
warfare.
Hummingbird. Okay.
Yeah. So Taryn just goes over a bunch of basic strategy with you guys, and we have a little training montage. We cut to multiple scenes and crossfade of him adjusting your posture and hitting you with his cane and stuff. After a couple hours, you guys have a much better sense of cohesion as a group, and you know how to use your skills a lot more, your newly found level 5 skills.
Yeah, Poetry wants to say thank you to Taryn because he's never really understood how to work on a team. Thank you for showing me that. I've never really had to work with anybody else. I've always kind of been alone.
Oh, you're very welcome. I'm happy that's what I do. I train you young people to fight better so I don't have to.
Yeah. I think Gewayne goes off to be by himself for a little bit and tries to summon Jalal.
Just a wisdom check.
It's a 9.
No sound. No sign of Jalal.
This is seriously ridiculous. I did some really cool stuff today. Just kind of wanted to talk to you. Also, you left me with that weird dude, and I haven't seen you since. It's weird that you're being weird. I don't like it.
Silence.
Before Boneless arrives, there's this little bit of time where Gewayne actually starts tearing up as he's looking around, and he arms around his legs while he's sitting, just kind of tearing up. He doesn't break out crying, but he's on the verge of it.
For the
right
first
as you walk
time
out.
possibly ever, Gewayne is alone. Emerging from a hedge, you see Boneless is there.
Hey, bud, you okay?
Yeah, I'm okay. What's up?
Well, I know you're going through a lot of changes in your body right now. I know we had that conversation about you not knowing exactly what happened with Percival. And I thought that we had talked about that, right?
Yeah, nobody told me what happened.
Okay. And I explained everything about what happened with Percival.
What happened with the necromancer and the cave and all that. Mm-hmm.
And how our friend, with their dying breath, tried really hard to bring Percival back. I was just wondering if you felt like it would be helpful for you and your grieving to be able to look at Percival and say goodbye.
Don't do that.
Okay, I won't do it.
I'm different now, and I'm gonna see Percival again. I'm going to.
So a while ago, I was trapped somewhere that isn't of this plane. And so I just want you to know that I know that it's possible, but it really f***ed me up bad. So I think that you should just be careful, okay? My brother had to come get me. So
well, now I have to go get my brother.
Fair enough. And I'm like, all right, well, this is a lot of feelings. Boneless is really uncomfortable, so I'm gonna go back to
Gewayne immediately hugs Boneless before you can leave. Immediately.
Oh,
And actually starts crying.
no, now I gotta be nurturing.
And so the reason I had you do those insight checks earlier during your training session is to see how much you guys would learn from Taryn. So now, when you guys are going through your assault on the Spire here, I will give you wisdom saving throws with advantage whenever I think you're going to do something that will get you caught or murdered. Yeah, or pretty much anything that is against what Terran's advice to you was. But hey, you guys do what you're gonna do. I'm just gonna say, hey, maybe this crosses your mind because it's something that Terran said. You are all here on the edge of the base of the Spire. You have hardly made any noise. The errands dropped you off and immediately flew away silently into the night. So I think that's what occurs to Asra. Like, your best bet is to break it, use the silence spell just to break through the door while the guard is outside of the silence spell so that he doesn't notice that he himself is silent. And then if you all do your stealth well enough, or if you send the most stealthy people in first, then you are very likely to get a jump on him and kill him before he can make any noise or sound an alarm. Poo poo! They pop immediately. Just the force of your Eldritch Blast blasts the door off of its little blocking mechanism. You see it splinter and the doors slam open, but not a single sound is made. Yes, this guy has no idea that you're coming. Boneless, that's you. You get a sneak attack with advantage. 14? Unfortunately, that's not going to do it. If you had hit him, it would have been auto crit because he was surprised. So an arrow thuds into the door behind him. The soldier whips around, and Poetry, give me an athletics check to grapple him. 19. Now he's going to roll to contest it. He gets a 14. You have grappled him. It's Boneless. You get another shot. Goodness gracious, another shot goes awry. Boom! It nearly, you feel it whiz past your ear, Poetry, and maybe a couple of your hairs fall down on your shoulder as they've been sliced off. That means, Gewayne, that's you. You slice underneath his iron helmet, slashing across his neck. He starts bleeding there, and then down the right side of his exposed arm. He is not bloody, but you f***ed him up really good, really quickly. Poetry, that's you. And you guys know this is your last chance to finish him before it's his turn, and he makes a lot of noise. You pop him right in the jaw after Gewayne exposed his bleeding mouth. He is still conscious, but very bloody. You got one more. See if you can finish him. So, Gewayne, you jump onto the hay bale and slash down on him with both of your scimitars, one across the neck, one across his arm, and he reaches up towards his neck, exposing his torso, giving Poetry the perfect opportunity to just pummel him in his guts, and finally upper cutting him right to his face. Enough to fully finish him off and knock him unconscious before his turn. So, next thing is to see if anyone heard this light ruckus. And now you start to hear footsteps coming down the stairs. Everybody is so sufficiently hidden. You guys see one of the monks that you saw teaching Tai Chi come downstairs. And Asra, you're going to cast Sleep. He walks out. He did not hear you. But he is just going to step out and look around, and you are in plain sight, so you get to try to cast Sleep on him. If it fails, we're going to enter initiative. Yeah, I think he just looks around, and as his head starts to turn in your direction, he immediately just slumps to the floor and is asleep. Hang on, we got to fix something, because sleep affects everything in a 20-foot radius. So here's the issue. I don't know if there's a way to get him that does not also get another creature within that radius. So Asra, do you choose? Does Boneless fall asleep or do the Hippogriffs? Boneless, you are suddenly asleep. He did not. Boneless fell asleep instead. He only sees you though, Asra, so he's just gonna come for you. Okay, that one finally hits. He finally gets one good smack on you for 6 bludgeoning damage as he punches you square in the face, Asra. Next is Esme. So this guy erupts in flame as soon as he pulls his eyes away from Asra when he sees the motion, and suddenly flame is hurling in his direction, and he is immediately bloodied. It's back to you, Asra. He kicks you in the knee and you hobble away, and you point at him to do your guiding bolt, and he just gets boom, knocked backwards so hard that you literally see his astral form leave his body as he lands on the ground unconscious. So now I'm gonna roll to see if anyone upstairs heard that. As soon as this guy drops unconscious, you all kind of pause and listen, just to be like, did we set off the alarm yet? You're not sure if it's someone coming down here yet. It could be someone just walking around. It's not nearly as distinct as before. Terrific. Asra, you hear a whistling sound. Okay, yeah, you strip him naked. And you drag his body out here and throw him off the edge. And both of these vultures follow it. That you have the clothes of the one of the Feathergale knights. Several of the birds are gone. There's still these 3 that are stubborn and are not charmed by you. Not aggressive, but not friendly.
Why don't we do that, like, cow in the high school thing and, like, lead them, like, more into the tower?
That's what I was thinking.
Cow in the high school. What reference is that?
What is
Oh,
Like senior
You know, like when there's a cow in your high school.
It's a prank.
Wait, hold on. Ethan, you've never heard of this?
They won't
No.
go back down the
It's an
stairs.
actual
I'm
like
from
high school
California.
senior prank.
yeah, you
They
like
bring a
let an
cow.
animal loose.
What high school? Where fucking Hick Town do they
What
have
is admin
ready
Michigan?
access to cows?
All over
Cows
Michigan.
don't know how to go downstairs.
I know
You lead them
that.
upstairs, and then they are stuck.
But you just
That's
bring one
so
into your
messed
high
up.
school?
Yeah, you
That's
sneak them into
so
the high
messed
school and
up.
watch everyone panic.
That's
Big-
wild to me.
They do. I also heard of someone doing it with sheep, but they like
Yep.
numbered the sheep and they skipped a number so that people would like.
They thought there would be
yeah.
one. Yeah, there was one missing.
I've heard of that with
Yeah.
pigs.
That's so funny. That's why I think we should lock them in. I think we should make sure that there's a way that they stay in the pens, that we lock
Wait.
them in.
Well, I mean, those doors are locked. These ones are the problem. Like the short gates are the problem.
Nobody
Yeah.
uses this as a floor to come in, though, right? They come down the stairs to this floor, right?
So if we seal off the entrance to the stairwell,
With ourselves as we go up and murder everyone, like who's coming down?
That's a
Okay,
fair-
I'll buy it. Okay,
Right.
that's fair.
okay,
Let's just kill everyone and they can't use the bird.
let's go.
Let's
Let's
just
go.
be murder hobos. I like that actually.
The
Yeah, all right.
whistling
Oh,
suddenly
fine.
gets louder
Fuck,
as you
okay,
hear
yeah.
flaps of wings from outside the stalls, and you
Shit.
hear the landing of several vultures and hippogriffs, and several knights dismounting them. And that's where we're going to pick up next time.
Dar.
Yeah. 2. So 2 of the hippogriffs and the 2 vultures that were from the top, along with
Okay.
several more knights.
And they find a naked monk at the bottom of the hill.
A naked monk on one side and then a naked knight on the other side.
Well, what happened?
What happened?
A lover's tryst.
Aww. I
Are you
always I
sure
was
we
rooting for
can't
those
keep going,
2.
Ace? Can we say that Gewayne says something to the party before we end?
Sure.
Gewayne goes,
Hey, y'all remember the tentacly bullshit I did earlier?
Yes.
I can put it in this room and we go up.
How long
you-
does it last? Let's do it.
All right. Well, hopefully that'll work next time. And thanks to anybody that was watching with us. This is our premiere, our pioneer voyage on YouTube.
my name is Alex. If you go to a deep, dark wood, trail for a couple hours, eventually you'll stumble across a very, very small cabin with a second story, with a green light coming out of the second story window. You'll see a silhouette. Knock on the door 3 times, spin around, spit on the floor, knock 3 times again, and I will answer.
And he'll be completely naked. That's how you
As it
find.
should be.
That's how you find
Yes.
Alex.